I grew up eating Carvel ice cream cake and it is a fond childhood memory. So I'm really excited because I veganized it and it's so delicious and it's just like I remember. Everybody who was non-vegan who tried it literally told me it tasted exactly like the Carvel ice cream cake they grew up eating. So I'm so excited to be sharing this recipe. It is our third recipe in the summer season. If you haven't seen the other summer season recipes, go check them out. Everything you need to know is in the description box down below. I put all the ingredients, I link anything you may need, I link the blog post, and yeah, description box has all the information. So let's go make some ice cream cake. The first thing we have to do is make our crunchy layer, and you're gonna do this by just blitzing up some Oreos or chocolate sandwich cookies. These are actually the Whole Foods ones. I really like them. And I'm just gonna pop them in the blender, blend them up until I get nice little crumbs, bang on the blender a few times, do what you need to do to get them nice and pulverized. And then they'll look something like this. This is what we're going for, but we're also going to mix this with some melted vegan chocolate. So I'm going to take my vegan chocolate, pop it in the microwave at 30-second intervals until it comes out looking like this. Delicious. And then we're going to add that right into our Oreos or our crushed up cookies and mix it all together. This helps because when the chocolate solidifies as it freezes, it makes those little crunchy bits. So there we go. Crunchy layer done. First step done. Step 2 is going to be to make our homemade vegan ice cream. You need 2 ingredients for this: sweetened condensed oat milk and some sort of oat whipping cream or a coconut whipping cream. I'll have these linked down below for you. So first thing we're going to do is add that oat whipping cream right into your mixer. You could use a stand mixer or a hand mixer for this. And then we're going to whip it up. Mix it for about 30 to 50 seconds. This is just going to start the whipping process. Nothing monumental is happening, but we're just getting everything combined. Then we're adding in that sweetened condensed oat milk. There is also sweetened condensed coconut milk if you'd rather use that, but it will add more of a coconut flavor. And so I'm going to pour that all in. It's so sticky and it's like molasses. Then I have vanilla bean powder. You could use that, or you could use vanilla extract and a little bit of salt. And mix this up, and this is going to be our vanilla flavor. So easy to make. And traditionally in ice cream cakes, vanilla is on the top. So because we're going to use this to make our chocolate as well, I'm going to take out half for our vanilla ice cream and pour it into a separate bowl. So just adding it into my bowl, we'll set it to the side. Then for our chocolate, we're going to add in melted vegan chocolate chips, super easy, to the same base. And then you're just going to mix it up again. And I have to say, this chocolate ice cream was so good. Like, both ice creams are really good, but the chocolate ice cream was so good. I'm just a chocolate ice cream lover, and I can't believe how easy it is to make. So once it's all done whipping up, that's going on the bottom. So you're going to need a springform pan. This is a 6-inch springform pan. I've linked one down below for you, and it's great because the bottom pops out, so it makes it really easy for making ice cream cakes, cheesecakes, things like that. So we're going to pour all that chocolate vegan ice cream mix on the bottom, and then we're going to add our crunchy layer on top. So just start placing it all on there and try to distribute it as evenly as possible. Get it everywhere because we want those crunchies. This is going to go in the freezer for 20 minutes just to help get everything start solidifying. Then you're going to add your vanilla on top, and then this goes back in the freezer for at least 6 hours or overnight. I did overnight because I wanted everything to be super frozen and know that I had no problems. We're going to make our frosting, so you need a tub of cocoa whip and some organic powdered sugar, and you're just going to mix that up. Look at that fresh tub. Doesn't it just look so good? So scoop it in, and I let it slightly soften just for a few minutes, but it does melt up pretty quickly. And then we're going to add in the powdered sugar, and then I'm just going to mix it with a hand mixer, or you do this in a stand mixer, and just whip it up until everything is well combined. It may take a few minutes or a few seconds for that to happen, and this will result in a thinner frosting, but that's okay. That's what we need so we can spread it over the cake really easily. And because the cake is cold when it comes out of the freezer, it will help. So it's time to remove this. I let this sit for like 5-10 minutes on the counter just so I knew I could slip off the outer ring easily. And now we're going to pour on that delicious cocoa whip, and you're going to do 2 rounds of frosting so that way you can have like a chance to fix any mistakes, smooth things out. So I'm going to just do my best to give it 1 layer of frosting at first. And don't worry about this being perfect because, like I said, we're going to add a second layer. So pop this in the freezer for 30 minutes to start to solidify it. We're going to make our decorative frosting, like our little blue dots on top. So I'm going to add in some vegan blue food dye with cocoa whip. Mix this with a spoon, not with the hand mixer, not with a stand mixer, because you need it to stay thick like this, so it's good for piping. And then I'm going to transfer it into a piping bag with a star tip, and that's it. This is, you know, you can make any colors you want. You don't have to do this if you just want to keep it white, if you want to make it 2 colors, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to put it into the piping bag. I'm going to put this in the freezer as well. That's the key to this. Everything has to be staying cold. So now it's been a half hour and I'm touching the cake so you can see, like, I'm not leaving any finger marks or anything. It's definitely thickened and hardened up. We're going to add the rest of our frosting on there, and I also popped this in the freezer as well during that half-hour process, and now I can have a chance to go over anything that I need and just give it that really nice second coating. I'll remove it from that dish and put it on a different dish, because something that will happen is that cocoa whipped frosting will start to come down onto the plate and the ice cream cake may stick, so I just wanted a fresh start for when I started decorating. And now for the fun part, I'm just going to decorate. So I just kind of started making little blobs of this frosting. I think the fun part is this doesn't have to be perfect. And actually, this started to like melt as I was doing it, but that's okay. Like, it came out pretty in the end. And I'm going to add some sprinkles on top. And again, you make this as fancy or as not fancy as you want. Even if you want to just leave it really simple with just that white frosting on top, looks beautiful. So now you're going to pop this in the freezer for like an hour or 2, or until you're ready to eat it. And then when it's all done, it looks like this. I'm just so in love with it. It's so cute. It came out so pretty. I was so proud of it. Photographing this was such a pain because everything was melting as I was going, and I had to keep like running it back and forth to the freezer and letting it freeze for 30 minutes, but it was so well worth it because I am so happy with how it turned out. I mean, this is like the cutest, and it's not hard to make. It's just that you have to do all those freezing times. So when you're ready to cut, let it sit for like 10 minutes, use a sharp knife and dip it in hot water ahead of time. And then you can make these nice slices. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. It just looks like Carvel. It looks so good. It looks like my childhood. And that's it. The inside has all the layering, beautiful, and now you can enjoy it.